Aloha everybody! Welcome to the video tutorial for the Hiʻi water percolation activity. This activity is for levels 2 and 3, but level 1s feel free to join us with adult supervision. These are the different materials that you're going to need to complete this activity. First, you need an empty 2-liter soda bottle. You also need coffee filters. In this case, I have 2 of them. You need at least 2. Your dry soil sample that you took earlier, some water, a stopwatch, in this case I'm using my phone, a ruler, a Sharpie or other permanent marker, and then lastly your booklet so that you can see the comparison graph on the second page of the Hiʻi activity. The first step is to collect your sample. So here I am in my backyard collecting some dry soil. About a cup is what you need, and please make sure that you ask permission beforehand to make sure that taking soil from here is a-okay. Once you've collected your soil sample, then go ahead and take your empty 2-liter bottle and cut it in half. So you can either do this using a scissors or a box cutter like I'm doing in the video, but whatever you choose, please make sure that you're being safe and that you get your parents' permission beforehand. Once you have the bottle into 2 pieces, you're going to make sure that the cap is off and then nestle the top into the bottom like a funnel. Now make sure you kind of push it in so that it's stable when you start to add water. Next, you're going to take one of your coffee filters and open it up. You're going to put it into the funnel that you've just created. After that, you're going to take your dry soil sample from your backyard and then dump about half of it into your funnel. Here you can see that I'm using this spoon to kind of break it up. After you have your soil sample placed nicely into your funnel, you're going to take your second coffee filter and put it on top. Then get your stopwatch ready, opened up so that it shows 0, 0, 0. Then grab your water, and at the same time that you start to pour your water, you're going to press start on your stopwatch. Pour all of your water over your soil sample and watch it drain to the bottom. You're going to watch your water, and once most of it has drained to the bottom, you're going to stop your stopwatch. It's okay if there's still a few trickles coming out, we just want where most of it has gone to the bottom. So now you can see the time that it took to do that. And you can see what my funnel looks like and where all the water has gone. You're going to record that time on the comparison graph on the second page of the Hiʻi activity. Next, you're going to take your ruler and measure how much water has been collected on the bottom. Now you can either do this by marking the water level with your permanent marker first, or you can go ahead and just measure to the water line if you're on a flat table. Record that measurement in inches in the table on the activity sheet. For part 2, we're just going to repeat the process, but this time with your dry soil sample mixed in with the compost. So go ahead and discard the first wet soil sample from the first part of the activity, and then put your compost mixed in with your other half of your dry soil sample together in the first layer. Then you're going to cover it with another coffee filter, just like how we did before, and then pour water into it. So it's the same experiment, we're just going to do it now with compost and see how that affects it. When most of the water has drained through, you're going to stop your stopwatch like we did in part 1, record your data on the comparison graph in the Hiʻi activity, and then measure the water line, either with your permanent marker first and then measure, or just measure with your ruler. Once you have both sets of data completed, go ahead and compare them to one another. Which one took longer? Which one collected more water? After that, compare it to the data from the example experiment in your workbook. When you're done with your experiment, instead of throwing away your soil and your bottle, go ahead and repurpose it as a planter. There should be various seeds included in your activity kit that allow you to do so. We hope this tutorial was helpful, but if you still have questions, feel free to email Shelly@lanaʻichc.org. And don't forget to tag us on Facebook and Instagram to show off your experiment.